We now move on to the Honorable N.P. Mcinga. You have 15 minutes, Honorable Member.
Chairperson, ndiyabulisa ko-minister bakhoyo no-deputy bawo, ndibulise kunye ne-members ezihloniphekileyo. Chairperson, this weekend as the EFF celebrate eKimberley, sigqiba 11 years sikhona. I-EFF yaqalwa ngamagorha namagorhakazi amaphondo onke lapha eMzantsi Afrika. Sifuna ukuthi eKimberley siyabulela kakhulu, bekumnandi niphosiwe. Before I deal with the reasons why we reject this budget, Chairperson, I must correct Honorable Modise, who claimed that we in the EFF wait to be told what to do. That is a lie, Honorable. We write our own speeches, and we are encouraged to be bold, to do research, go on the ground, talk to people, and speak facts only. For your information, we speak what we know and have experienced. Members should stop trying to make themselves relevant by attacking the EFF. But hey, you just confirm how great we are and how our speeches strike a nerve. Chairperson, the Economic Freedom Fighters firmly rejects the proposed budget vote of the Department of Small Business Development and that of the Trade and Industry. As the EFF, we have stood on many platforms before over the years and made it very clear that there is no need for this Department of Small Business, and there is no basis to separate small business from trade and industry. We therefore reject this budget, as the budget presented here today shows that the ministry does not understand the realities of small business in South Africa. It lacks the vision needed to build sustainable small businesses that can grow the economy and create jobs. The minister mentioned roadshows on your website, Minister, with SMEs and cooperatives in all 9 provinces, yet the budget does not address the real issues and lack foresight. If the minister have never been in business, it becomes a real struggle to manage such a department effectively. Business is not just a career, Minister. It requires passion and a deep understanding of challenges and nuances that come with entrepreneurship. Not everyone is an entrepreneur, and without first-hand experience or a genuine commitment to supporting small businesses, it is difficult to develop policies and allocate budgets that truly address the needs and realities of entrepreneurs in South Africa. This lack of practical experience and insight is reflected in the shortcomings of the current budget, which fails to offer meaningful support to the small business sector. This budget consists of mere words with no understanding of small businesses' realities. I am a living example, Minister, of being oppressed by the system. My personal experience made me invoke the spirit of Mama Winnie Mandela, who once said, "There is no longer anything I can fear. There is nothing the government has not done to me. There isn't any pain I haven't known." This resonates deeply with us as we fight for justice for women-owned businesses and reject this oppressive budget. I took my life-saving, Minister, to start a business at OR Tambo International Airport in 2008 when you were starting politics. A lot of the members of parliament supported, and all political parties supported my business at OR Tambo International, except for the DA, which makes me bold in saying people will never support black businesses. That's why they advocate the tourists, because their market is hospitality. I've never had my friends who own B&Bs tell me that they have white customers. So black people, we must work for them, take the same money made from them and plow it back to their businesses. Wake up, South Africa. We cannot be fooled in this lifetime. I then invested my heart and money in a building that was not operating for 5 years in Hamburg Village in the Eastern Cape that the government used 40 million to build through Aspire. I refurbished it and turned it into a B&B conference center, accommodation and training center that created over 35 jobs. When the business was flourishing, I was then fought by Ngosha municipality, by the same government, despite the empowerment through training rural women and youth in hospitality and produced successful mentees like Tina Sem, Tobile Madikiza, Mzika Isemakhaula, and the rest. This injustice is now perpetuated by a government that ignores this critical issue. Today, I stand before you as part of EFF to fight for these SMMEs. I met President Cyril Ramaphosa, the ICC in East London, to tell him about what I was experiencing. The only thing that he did, he took my details, and nothing happened after that. But when I called the EFF, my president, Julius Malema, I got his number from Googling in this Parliament's website. I called him in 2018, 2019, and he referred me to the chairperson of the time, Komisaya Ziniteyana. It just shows that we, as the EFF, we practice what we preach, Mr. Honorable Modise. The EFF equality policy aims for real equality by promoting equal access to economic opportunities, land reform, fair wealth distribution, and support for marginalized small businesses. It also ensures equal rights for all genders and addresses gender-based violence, advocates for women's economic empowerment, and promotes equal representation in all sectors. We encourage the Department of Small Business to work towards a legislated quota system to ensure equal participation. This can help create more sustainable small businesses, Minister. We are particularly concerned about the support for women in small businesses. The Department of Small Business launched the She Trade ZA campaign to support women-owned businesses, aiming to connect 50,000 women-owned businesses to markets by 2023 during your time of administration, Minister. However, the Minister did not mention the progress of this program or allocate funds for it in this budget. This shows the government is out of touch with the struggles of women entrepreneurs. This means that the budget you are asking for will also go unreported, unless, Minister, today you will provide tangible proof, such as pamphlets and videos with names and reports of the 50,000 entrepreneurs who have benefited and where they are now, whether they have broken even or had a breakthrough. Perhaps I'm mistaken, Minister. But as this was your department in the previous administration, you should have the evidence. We as the EFF reject incomplete victories and we claim full-term breakthrough for the people of South Africa. In 2020, the budget presented noted the liquidity challenges of SMMEs. Due to the lockdown 4 years later, we have the budget that makes no mention of the recurring challenge of non-payment of SMMEs. In 2021, I was owed by the Nelson Mandela Museum in Umtata. I reported to the Eastern Cape Premier, wrote to the President's office, and reported to the board. This process took over a year. Whilst the work done for the Nelson Mandela Museum left me indebted, a short film called Nelson that created for 85 employment for 85 South Africans. This short film addresses forgiveness and solutions to men to stop running to drugs and GBV. I sold my assets, Minister. I sold my cars to pay the debts made through this project. Audit came out in my favor, only to be told the Nelson Mandela Museum did not have enough money to pay me. They only paid me 50% to what was due to me. I literally cried during the meeting, as no one understood the loss caused in my life and those I'm responsible for. I don't just feed my family, Minister. I also feed people in the street. Or Rastabalamba, Minister. estratweni because I feed the homeless in the Eastern Cape. The budget does not consider the sustainability of small businesses. The department announced a partnership with Proudly SA to develop an e-commerce platform in May 2023. But in July 2024, it is still not launched. The minister's vague commitment does not inspire confidence. We need a budget that supports businesses throughout the digital market lifestyle. Let me illustrate a young entrepreneur from Mafikeng faces high input costs for goods he sells online, including printing, logistics, subscription fees, and storage costs without even owning a car or printer. These initiatives might consider the realities of Black entrepreneurs. We reject this budget as it fails to support small businesses practically. This department should have by now a very clear program on how to assist women, young people, and persons living with disabilities, especially those who are deliberately excluded by the system. This department should have by now a database for all young people who are interested in starting and owning their own businesses, regardless of their political affiliation. Chairperson, on the trade and industry and competition, we reject this budget as this department has not created a policy to support manufacturing industries in shared communities across South Africa. I have a fourth plan that was brought to your ministry that was rejected. That came with a solution to create factories in shared communities, Minister. The DTIC is supposed to help with industrial development, business growth, and economic transformation. However, without this policy, these poor communities remain neglected. This policy would greatly help reduce poverty and empower these areas. I want to know why the DTIC hasn't made this policy and how they plan to fix this problem. This failure shows a lack of commitment to helping all parts of our society. That is why I am rejecting the budget vote and asking the DTIC to do better for the people in shared communities. Amachochombe and Afrikaans as Black Aces Minister. Chairperson, as I conclude, this budget is artificial grass laid on infertile soil. We must also remember Usibongile Ubongi Kunju, a founder of Coffee Bay Festival Minister, who committed suicide due to oppressive systems, and a lady who tragically killed herself and her children, Ubonge Kabusun Butterworth, her son Orabile 8, Oratabile 14. Today, I remember my friend Nokwanda Patoka, a passionate businesswoman who was murdered in Zwelicha. Ishmael Hassin authored an entrepreneur book that is called Understanding Entrepreneurship in isiXhosa, English, and Braille because the government does not cater for the blind community in small businesses sector. I personally endorsed this project and encouraged it due to feedback we were getting from communities we were training entrepreneurship. This book was brought to me. It was brought to the former minister, Lindiwe Zulu, but that did not help but overlooked, which makes me think that the ignorance of people's need is deliberate. Maybe we are missing a plot. How then can we support a budget that fuels inequality and historical injustices? Minister, today I brought you the books that was authored in isiXhosa and English, Minister Nteta Nawe Nkolunjonge. Here is another book. This is a book that is of Braille. There's a letter that I brought for the minister today. That is from the Library of South Africa. That is also endorsing the same book that is teaching the people entrepreneurship. Minister, when you go to talk to people, you'll find out when you do the road shows, people don't even understand this English that you are teaching them. Abasivi isilungu. I did a survey in around Umtata, in Hamburg area, and the survey came out. People were saying we just enjoy the food when the ministers they come to us. But asibava babathini. Ndiyacela nibajonga abantu bethu minister xa nisiya kubo ndiyanicela into yokokuba nithethe isiXhosa, isiZulu, isiTswana, isiTsonga so that banive naxana nisiya ne-pamphlets zenu sayine ne-pamphlet nisiya enqadu niye ne-pamphlet ezibhalwe English yiyani ne-pamphlet ebhalwe isiXhosa ukuba niyahamba niye eLimpopo yiyani niye ne-pamphlet abantu abani-understand le mali niyicelayo namhlanje imali yabantu abantu anifikeleli kubo abayazi nale nto yenzekayo asiyazi bale mali ba iyaphi siyanicela. I-offices of SEDA no SIFA are in town, but the money that SEDA and SIFA has is for the people. Why don't we have a CASI office, the SEDA? Why don't you work with the traditional leaders? Nibe in-house offices that are in the kingdoms, because that's where the people are, because people don't have money, but they must take taxis, they must go to town, but yet they don't have the money. How can you sponsor a catering company to a person that does not have a car? Minister, this budget does not talk to our people. Ndiyanicela minister into yokokuba nizijonge naku kwato zonke market inomthatha, you were there. The people that you were supporting there, they don't even have cars. So that budget went to a waste. Ndiyabulela. Don't support, we reject. Doesn't talk to our people.
Thank you, Honorable Member.